Back into the forward region it goes again. There's another sucker. Lucks a fortune. Mark not paid. Marius Mary snaps from an impossible angle. It's not impossible. It's a goal.
Gee, these Mary boys, they like kicking those.
Here go Imalu. And here it is again. That boy Marius Mary drops the ball, goes around a couple, has a bounce, lines him up, shoots for goal. Marius Mary, come on down.
Catholicism and football together form the religion on the Tiwi Islands. Southern white football fans first got a glimpse of the glory of Tiwi football when the legendary David Cantilla went to play for South Adelaide in the 50s. The young man from Garden Point on Melville Island played football like no southerner before him. He led the way for greats like Essendon's Michael Long and Richmond's Maurice Rioli, both voted best on ground in AFL Grand Finals.
The 1993 winner of the Norm Smith Medal is Michael Long of Essendon.
Probably about 6 years ago, Tiwi Islanders came under notice when the Northern Territory played in the Bicentennial Football Carnival. They won the Second Division Championship, and 9 of the 27 players that went on that trip, in fact, came from Garden Point, which was a community of about 200 people. All of a sudden, the southern media, the talent scouts and the football coaches said, gee whiz, what a load of talent, how do we get a hold of that?
It's no wonder Melville Island has produced some pretty good Aussie rules football stock over the years. The island was declared a place for incorrigible natives early on this century. But later on, part Aboriginal children that were extradited from their families across the Northern Territory were brought up here to be raised the European way by Catholic missionaries. If anything, it was football that offered glory and finally a chance to prove themselves.
On the football-mad Tiwi Islands, there are 8 teams from a population of just 3,000. Imalu from Garden Point are the most successful, dominating the premiership winners list. Just like the Longs, the Rioli name is synonymous with Imalu. With 8 sons, CYRIL Sr. is the father of all Riolis.
Just about everyone, Johnny, the whole eight of them went down there to play for South Fremantle.
How hard was it though for your boys to go away?
I think it was a bit hard for them, a bit hard. Probably miss home now and then, but what can you do, you know? They had to try and do something for themselves.
Now it's Rioli's turn, running to an open goal, and he's put it through for full points.
You know, you're going to Melbourne, and this is what you've got to do. You know, to become a top player, you know, you've got to work hard and do the right things. But I guess the hardest thing is the fear of failure, you know, when you go there with a reputation. I did go there with a fairly big reputation, and the media really built me up, and I had to live up that reputation, so that pressure was there.
Regis bursts through the pack, gets the kick-off.
While Maurice was feeling the pressure in Melbourne, the Rioli dynasty was carrying on the footy tradition at home. Imalu became the team that always won. In 22 seasons, they've snatched 12 premiership flags.
Yes, a good goal.
Big goal.
Good goal up. I can only remember once we've been out of the finals. Once in that, well, since the start of '69, wasn't it?
Well, now someone's been flattened behind the play here.
He's been sent off.
And Manny Rioli has been sent off.
There's always a team. This is the most hated team in the Tiwi Island Football League.
The most hated maybe, but it's a club that involves much more than football players.
Not so much of any particular footballers that have made it a good club. They certainly have, but I don't think that's the reason that the club keeps winning. I think it's mainly because there's a sense of belonging in the club, you know.
And it's that sense of belonging that has made the Imalu Tigers living legends, and their offspring the stars of tomorrow.